Right. Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. Breonna Taylor, more thoughts. I have more thoughts on Breonna Taylor. Did her life matter? Now, before we get to it, please like and share. Always, if you have a thought or comment, add it to the comments section. All comments are welcome. This thing about what makes the case of Breonna Taylor. And let me say this, because I do listen to a lot of media. I listen to Fox News. I listen to Breitbart. I listen to conservative news media. I will listen to, I listen to them with open minds. I listen to them to get perspective. And so I don't have a political agenda. I don't have a religious agenda. I don't have a cultural agenda. Truth, that's what I want. And it does bother me when you have people, the callousness of some, and even Christians, who discard her life. And I kind of said last time that there were those who kind of blamed her, certainly they blame everybody except whom they should blame. And that reveals more about them and their heart, okay? And that, in some cases, in general, not going to change. But I do want to talk about, I want the things we should consider about this case. I don't have a problem with telling the truth. I don't have a problem with saying, laying blame where blame needs to be laid. There are people who say that we should stop talking about racism, that we should stop talking about race, okay, even though the people who are telling us to stop talking about race talk about it. The same people who tell us to stop talking about race say nothing about the police or justify the police. They say nothing about racists. You know that there are still some 1,800 statues of the Confederate flag around the country. Okay, see, every day that's making a statement when you drive by them. That's a state race. But the issue, what's disturbing, okay, now this DA, he is a black comedian, not comedian, the black Republican, if I meant to say. And his ties to the system I think is, it's very interesting. He is reportedly married to Mitch McConnell's granddaughter. So he's in the family, okay? And that would also mean that he is, that would mean that he is, I think, vested in, the Republican Party. And I'm not even complaining about that. But it does show, again, the disregard that somebody has for, again, a life. And people will say, well, he's black. Doesn't that mean anything? No. Black police officers in and of themselves don't mean anything. Black police officers, unless they stand for truth, they go along with the system. And let me just say that black people are not monolithic. So you have all different views and positions. And I often say to people, I don't just condemn or criticize a black person because even they are Trump supporter. no more than I criticize Christians because they support Trump. I do criticize people that defend. I criticize people who do not stand for truth. And I think what happened with this DA, there were a lot of things he didn't say. He didn't address truth. You know, for example, the police officers that just sprayed bullets in an apartment complex, of course, killing Breonna Taylor. The one police officer that was indicted not for bullets that entered Breonna's body, but someone else's home. White home, and not even a black home. Okay? So it shows you. Now again, these are things we should consider. These are things that we should take note of. And when you go to the ballot, that DA is an elected official. So you should remember that Breonna's life didn't matter. He reminded me of the same DA in the Michael Brown case in St. Louis, where they just came right off and immediately went to the side of police. I've heard comments where people say that the no-knock warrant that they got. So here's the thing, the no-knock warrant. Think about this for a moment. The no-knock warrant, they had to chase down a judge to get to sign that. Now remember, they've had months to craft their story. Now they're saying that, see, before they said that they exercised that no-knock warrant, kicked the door in or battered the door in, went in. The boyfriend shot because he thought it was an intruder. Now they're saying we announced ourselves. But why if it's a no-knock warrant? See? And the point is that they feel that they could just put a story together. Now we're saying that, well, the no-knock warrant was rescinded just a couple of minutes before they went in. Well, if it was rescinded, why did you go in? In other words, if it was rescinded because of what? There was pause there. So why didn't you stop? Why didn't they stop and get pause? You see, the whole point of this was a colossal failure of the Louisville Police Department that resulted in the death of a life. And that's the point that we shouldn't remember. They didn't find drugs. They didn't even prosecute the boyfriend if he was a drug dealer. Basically, they just want to say, oops, our bad. We made a mistake. She was alive. No. And so when it comes to a life, that's why and let me just say this, let me step this up and say, when it comes to policing, when it comes to prosecution, we are American citizens with rights, and every precaution should be taken to guarantee those rights, that you should always even err on the caution of an American life, American rights. But when it comes to certain citizens, we don't do that. When it comes to certain citizens, we say, and yes, there's a history, right? There's a mentality, there's a history that's been forged for over 400 years where certain citizens, their life doesn't matter. Their life is subservient to ours. And that needs to change, see? One way you can change that, take away these police officers' immunity, unqualified immunity. Take that away. They'll be more careful. More on that in another video. That's my perspective. And don't forget to like and share this video. And please subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought, a comment, add it to the comment section below. All comments are welcome. Till next time, I'll see you then.